Hi, my babies. How are we doing? All right. I was on my live last night and all day yesterday, for one, I kept channeling the song. It's track 10 by Charlie XCX, but the part where she sings, I blame it on your love every time I F it up. Okay, that song is very significant for this collective. And I wanted to do it as a collective on my live, but I didn't have time. But usually when I do those readings on my live, I always have music playing, and that song kept I don't know if I accidentally pressed a in queue thing, but it kept playing a few times throughout the evening. So, but the part I'm channeling when she goes, I blame it on your love every time I F it up. And clearly that line comes from a place of avoiding accountability. I blame it on you every time I screw it up. Per usual, if this doesn't apply to you, sit right with you. You don't want to hear what I have to say? That is okay. Let me see what's going on with that. I've been anxious to do that. You know what's funny? As I'm sitting here in my stomach, I feel nauseous now. I've been putting out collectives about guilt and remorse. I don't like that. Hold on one second. I have never done any form of reading in a long time where I just started it and I felt, ugh, somebody feels sick. I felt like I was going, I'm sorry, but I felt like I was going to be sick for a second. Like my stomach dropped. What is going on? What? I had to chug some water because I'm like, holy crap. I blame it on your love every time I F it up. Oh, good grief. 6 of Swords, Knight of Swords, Queen of Swords. I knew it. That's... I blame it on your love every time I F it up. This is clearly somebody that whatever your last form of contact was, let me make it clear, this feels no contact. I will say this, I feel like this person several times has done I'm going to type something up, delete it. I'm going to type something up, delete it. Yet my nose started itching as I said that. Okay. I think this person always wants to talk to you, don't they all? They always want to do things, but do they do it? No. There is a huge avoid. You see how the Knight is looking away from the Queen? It's almost like I can't look you in the eyes. This person messed up. I feel like maybe this person could have blocked you. And I always say with the blocking, I understand the block button is there to set boundaries, or maybe you block them, and that's completely okay. But clearly you have set a firm boundary with this person of stop doing this. And I think specifically you asked this person to move away from something, right or wrong. And I'm going to be honest, maybe at one point this person looked at you as controlling. Maybe you asked them to stop talking to somebody or stop associating themselves with somebody, and they could have looked at you as very controlling. Again, you could have laid that sword down, go, nope, I'm right. These are my boundaries, and that is completely fine. But this person clearly did not respect that, and that's where things leveled off. Back to the blocking scenario, and I've said this before, there's nothing wrong with blocking because it's there to assert boundaries, but it's coming from a place a lot of times when I see this, especially when people come to me and go, oh my God, my person blocked me. They're avoiding. And that's exactly, maybe this person at one point blocked you, or they unfriended you, or they moved on very quickly. Even if maybe this person, for some of you, I'm actually hearing, maybe this person never blocked you. For some of you, take that part, I guess, how that applies. But regardless, this person's always, it's something about, I can't look you in the eyes. Look at that. He's looking away from her. They are scared to face you. I blame it on your love every time I F it up. This person has chose to not move away. What is it that you asked them to move away from? Let's start there. What is the 6 of Swords? What did you ask them to move away from? The Chariot. Wow. The 4 of Swords in reverse. I don't think, okay, and again, do not make these details fit. Let me do one more. Justice. Okay. 2 people that are not on the same page about each other for sure. The one thing I will say is maybe this collective, you did challenge this person to get their crap together. And that's where I think this person viewed you as controlling. And I always say, when it comes to, and I know this part may be triggering and you don't have to agree with me, when it comes to getting on to somebody about stop talking to somebody or stop doing this, Does it come off as controlling? Yeah. Is it okay to set that, boundary? Absolutely. But at the same time, if this person refused to respect that part with the Chariot and Justice, you are being guided to leave. And that is a red flag, a boundary that was never set during your guys' relationship. And even if it doesn't involve people, maybe there was certain things also too, I'm hearing that this person was attached to, and again, they chose not to. And that was the ultimate betrayal. Maybe there was other people involved right there and it broke your heart and you finally had to lay that sword down. I think what eventually happens, this collective, you finally laid that sword down and said enough with that justice. This isn't fair. This isn't what I want. Goodbye. And instead of this person, and it could be very disappointing, instead of this person going, oh my gosh, I've lost my person, what have I done? They pointed the finger at you. Well, it doesn't matter. He or she was trying to control me. They wanted me to stop talking. There's something about a block button I keep picking up. Maybe you wanted them to block them on somebody. And I always say, my babies, when somebody's refusing to remove certain things out of their life for you, that's not your person. Simple as that. So I'm not saying this collective you were controlling at all, but maybe you did try to hammer down on them, and the ultimate thing is that you can't. It's two people that wanted control on different things. This person, even right now, still, I feel like kind of craves their freedom, and that's on them. That's their emotional immaturity right here. But yeah, this person blamed you a lot. And like I said, I don't think this collective you were controlling at all. Did it maybe that's some of your reflective out come off that way? Sure. But I think ultimately you try to set boundaries. I think maybe, let me see what else was this person attached to. They can't look you in the eyes about something. Four of Wands that flopped up in reverse has sat on my lap. Maybe this person, an Ace of Cups in reverse, this person could have chosen other people or another person over you. And maybe that was a lesson you had to go through, is like, unfortunately, do not ever beg. And that's, as bad as sounds, that's what I feel like this collective you did at one point with this person. You beg somebody to see you right. Don't. If they refuse to, baby, that is your answer. Run for the hills. Literally, Six of Swords, move on. But I think let me see why now. Why are they mad at you? Why is this person mad at you with this Queen of Swords energy? What else are they mad about? Two of Wands in reverse. This is that, and in a way, I think this person was actually controlling over you. You both mirrored each other in that sense. They are pissed off that you're moving on. That I think you're in this position right now that you are trying to move forward. I think you've always waited for them. And even when you were together, I think you've always waited for them to get their crap together. They are upset with you that you... They are mad at you for the things that they've done. And they purposely chose somebody else over you. And they are upset with you that you didn't stick around for that. But why else is this coming through? Because what's coming next? What is the point? I blame it on your love every time I F it up. 10 of Cups. Okay. Wow. 2 of Cups. Sorry, I'm dropping cards. Let me do one more for this beautiful collective. And then the 7 of Cups in reverse. One second. Similar to what I uploaded on yesterday's collective of sometimes when we expect that closure, that apology. And I don't think exactly this collective, you're expecting this out of this person. But however, I think that you are still hurt and triggered by what this person's done, and that is completely okay. I think you are with that 2 of Wands in reverse. I think you are still in your transition period of trying to move past this. I think you are becoming your own Justice League in your own way. But I think in the back of your mind, you kind of hope that this person will turn around and do the right thing. And unfortunately, they're saying no. By the end of the day, I can't get over this. They cannot look you in the eye, and you have every right to stand your ground on because that is not your happily ever after. What they want you to focus on is understand, regardless whether this person someday apologizes to you or not, this person is not your person. Somebody who is able to toss you aside and choose other things and expect you to wake, that's a little boy, not a grown man. Gender doesn't matter when I say that. I'm sorry. Let me do one more and then we'll be done. 8 of Swords. As I'm saying that, do not be trapped in this mindset that you're going to get something out of this person. They can't look you in the eye. They messed up, and that is closure alone. They have to forever sit